Beloved, there are moments in life when you feel like you've been praying, but the answers are not coming as quickly as you desire. You may even wonder, is God hearing me? But I stand before you today with a simple truth: God hears even your silent prayers. And when He answers, He does so in ways that only He can orchestrate. Let me tell you, God doesn't need to be vocal to be active in your life. He is always working behind the scenes, and sometimes His answers come quietly, unnoticed by the world, but deeply felt in your spirit. The first sign that God is answering your silent prayers is the sudden peace that begins to flood your heart. There are moments in life when the weight of the world feels like it is pressing down on your shoulders. You might be facing overwhelming circumstances, unexpected challenges, or a season of deep confusion. Your heart is filled with worry, your mind races with thoughts of uncertainty, and the noise of the world drowns out your inner peace. In these moments, it's easy to question whether God hears your cries or if He is even aware of your struggle. But it is precisely in these times, when the chaos around you is at its peak, that you may experience the most profound sign that God is moving on your behalf. One of the most remarkable ways God answers our silent prayers is by granting us a sudden peace in the midst of chaos. Imagine being in the middle of a storm, the winds howling, the waves crashing all around you. Yet in the center of it all, you feel a calmness that is unexplainable, a peace that settles deep within your spirit. It's as if for a brief moment everything around you has slowed down and you can breathe again. This peace doesn't come from the absence of turmoil, rather, it comes from the presence of God in your life, reminding you that He is in control. The world may tell you to be anxious, to worry about the future, to fear the unknown, but God offers a different kind of peace. It is a peace that transcends human understanding, a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances or the resolution of your problems. It is the kind of peace that can only come from knowing that God's hands are at work, even when you cannot see them. This peace is not the absence of struggle, it is the assurance that you are not alone in your struggle. When your heart is overwhelmed with confusion, and everything around you feels like it is falling apart, God whispers into your soul, "I am here." That peace you experience is God's gentle way of reminding you that He is with you, even when you can't hear His voice or see His hand moving. It is a divine intervention that does not require words, yet its presence is unmistakable. It is not a fleeting peace, but a steady calm that settles over you, helping you navigate through the chaos without losing your sense of direction or purpose. The human experience is often filled with moments of uncertainty. We are constantly bombarded by external pressures, family expectations, career demands, financial struggles, and emotional burdens. At times it can feel like the weight of these pressures will break us. But in those very moments of heaviness, when it seems impossible to find peace, God has a way of stepping in and providing exactly what we need, an inner stillness that defies logic. This peace doesn't make the problems go away, but it shifts our perspective, helping us see beyond the immediate crisis and trust that God is working on our behalf. It is important to recognize that this peace doesn't always come in the way we expect. Sometimes we may be waiting for a loud, dramatic intervention, something that will erase all our fears and doubts in an instant. But God's peace is often quiet, subtle, and deeply personal. It may not erase the storm immediately, but it allows you to endure the storm with a sense of calm that can only be attributed to His presence. It's a peace that wraps around your heart like a comforting embrace, reminding you that you don't have to fight the battle alone. In those moments, God is not only answering your prayers, He is strengthening you, preparing you to stand firm in the face of adversity. When we experience this peace, we are also reminded that God's timing is perfect. His peace arrives exactly when we need it, not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. It's a reminder that God sees the bigger picture, even when we are caught in the small details of our struggles. While we may be focused on the chaos, He is focused on our growth and development, using the very chaos to bring about His will in our lives. In these moments of sudden peace, it's important to pause and acknowledge that it is a gift from God. This peace is a direct response to your silent prayers, your unspoken cries for help. Even when you cannot find the words to express your pain, God hears you. He understands the depths of your heart's longing, and He answers you with peace, peace that surpasses all understanding, peace that guards your heart and mind, peace that leads you through the storm. In these moments, you are not alone. God is with you, and He is working in ways you may not fully understand. Trust that His peace is a sign that He is already at work, moving on your behalf, even when you cannot see it. It's in this peace that you find the strength to keep going, the courage to continue trusting, and the hope that no matter the chaos surrounding you, God is in control. The second sign follows closely. Unexpected opportunities begin to arise. When you are praying silently, seeking God's guidance and yearning for change, there often comes a moment when the answer doesn't arrive in the way you expect. You might think the resolution will come through a specific request or in a particular form, but God's ways are always higher, and He has a beautiful way of answering prayers through unexpected opportunities. As you go about your life, focused on the desires of your heart, doors will begin to open before you. These opportunities will appear, not because you've actively sought them, but because God has already aligned them to meet you at the right time. It's as if you are walking along a path, and out of nowhere, doors start to swing wide open, leading you toward a future that you hadn't even planned for. This is one of the most powerful signs that God is answering your silent prayers. Sometimes we get so focused on our specific requests, the exact way we want things to unfold, that we forget to notice the quiet, subtle ways God is working in our lives. But when God answers your silent prayers, He doesn't always come with grand gestures or in the way you imagine. Instead, He might open doors that you didn't even know existed, placing opportunities right in front of you. You may find yourself presented with a chance to advance in your career, a relationship that unexpectedly flourishes, or a breakthrough that seems to come out of nowhere. The key is that these opportunities align so perfectly with your needs and desires that they can only be recognized as divine intervention. It's not something you've asked for directly or even prayed for specifically, but it's exactly what you needed. Maybe you've been praying for a breakthrough, and then, seemingly by chance, you meet someone who offers you exactly the guidance you've been seeking. Or perhaps you've been longing for a change in your circumstances, and suddenly a job opportunity or an investment opportunity appears out of the blue with no effort on your part. These aren't coincidences, these are the silent answers to your prayers. God knows the desires of your heart better than you do. He understands what you truly need, even before you can articulate it. And sometimes He will answer your silent prayers by orchestrating opportunities that align perfectly with His purpose for your life. It's not about asking for something specific and receiving it in the way you imagined. It's about God opening doors at the perfect moment, doors that you might not have even considered. In these moments, you may be tempted to think that it's all just coincidence or random chance. But in truth, it is the hand of God working through the circumstances of your life. He is not bound by time or limited by your understanding. What might seem like a random opportunity is, in fact, a carefully orchestrated event designed to bring you closer to the answer you've been seeking. Every situation, every person you encounter, and every opportunity that presents itself is part of God's plan to answer your silent prayers. The beauty of this kind of divine intervention is that it requires no effort on your part to make it happen. You may not have asked for these opportunities directly, but God, in His infinite wisdom, has already prepared them for you. All you need to do is remain open and receptive, trusting that God is working behind the scenes to fulfill the desires of your heart. You may also notice that these opportunities will come in ways that challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone. They may require you to take risks, to trust God in new ways, and to believe in yourself in ways you haven't before. But as you step through those doors, you will begin to see how God has been preparing you for this moment all along. It's also important to recognize that the opportunities God places before you may not always look exactly as you envisioned. Sometimes the greatest blessings come disguised as challenges or unexpected detours. They may push you to grow in areas you never anticipated, but in doing so, they will lead you closer to the fulfillment of God's plan for your life. As these unexpected opportunities begin to unfold, it is a sign that God is answering your silent prayers, guiding you toward the future He has designed for you. You may not have asked for the specific doors to open, but God is aligning everything in His perfect timing. When these opportunities come, take them in faith, knowing that they are part of a larger divine plan. Trust that God is leading you in the right direction, even if you don't fully understand how each door will lead to the next. In these moments, your silent prayers are being answered. The doors are opening, the situations are aligning, and the opportunities are unfolding not because of anything you've done, but because God is at work in your life, orchestrating His perfect will. Keep your heart open, your eyes alert, and your trust in God unwavering, for He is faithful to answer every silent prayer with exactly what you need. Next, God answers your silent prayers through divine connections. There are moments in life when we feel isolated, as if we are facing our struggles alone. We may be in need of support, wisdom, or direction, but it seems as though no one can offer the answers we seek. Yet, in those quiet moments of prayer when words fail and the weight of our circumstances feels heavy, God works in ways that we cannot always comprehend. One of the most profound ways God answers our silent prayers is by orchestrating divine connections, sending the right people into our lives at precisely the right time. These divine connections are not mere coincidences, they are God's perfect timing at work. The people He sends into your life often appear when you least expect them, yet they bring with them the exact support, guidance, and help you need. You may not even realize it at first, but these connections are God's answer to your silent prayers, and they are often the tools He uses to bring about the transformation you seek. Imagine feeling lost, unsure of the next step, or uncertain about a particular decision in your life. You've been praying for direction, but the answers seem elusive. Then, at just the right moment, you meet someone, a mentor, a friend, or even a stranger who offers you exactly the counsel you need. It could be through a conversation that sparks a new idea, a suggestion that leads you to an opportunity you hadn't considered, or simply someone who offers a listening ear when you need it most. These connections are not just happenstance. They are God-ordained, placed in your life with purpose and precision. God, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly who and what you need at any given moment. When you are praying silently, perhaps even without the words to express your deepest needs, He begins to work in the lives of those around you. He may place someone in your path who holds the key to your breakthrough, someone who has the experience, the knowledge, or the insight that will guide you through your situation. These divine connections are His way of showing that He hears your silent prayers and is actively working on your behalf. These connections can take many forms. Sometimes they come in the form of a mentor who offers you wisdom and advice. Other times they may be friends who provide emotional and practical support when you are feeling down or uncertain. God can even use strangers to speak into your life in ways that feel both timely and profound. The beauty of divine connections is that they don't just come when you ask for them, they come when you need them most, and often in ways you would never expect. When these divine connections occur, it is important to recognize them for what they are: answers to your prayers. It's easy to overlook the significance of a conversation or an unexpected encounter, but in reality, these moments are often the very answers God has sent to guide you through a particular challenge. As you reflect on these connections, you begin to realize how precisely they align with your needs and how timely they are in providing you with the clarity or support you've been seeking. God's ways are not always predictable, but they are always perfect. He works through people to accomplish His purposes in your life. Sometimes the people He sends may not seem like the answer you expected, but through their presence in your life, you begin to see how they are the exact help you need in your current situation. Perhaps they offer a new perspective that you hadn't considered. or they introduce you to someone else who will further guide you along your journey. These divine connections work together like pieces of a puzzle, all fitting perfectly into the bigger picture that God has designed for you. It's also important to remember that divine connections go beyond just receiving help from others. They are also about being open to the people God places in your life. Sometimes, the answer to your silent prayers may require you to be vulnerable, to step out of your comfort zone, or to trust someone you don't yet fully know. But as you do, you will discover that these connections are not only providing the support and guidance you need, they are also enriching your life and strengthening your faith. When God sends the right people into your life, they will offer more than just temporary relief. These divine connections will help you grow, challenge you, and push you toward the person God has called you to be. They will help you see beyond your current circumstances and give you the tools you need to move forward with purpose and confidence. These divine connections are a testament to God's faithfulness in answering your silent prayers. Even when you don't know exactly what to pray for, He knows. And in His perfect timing, He will bring the right people into your life, providing you with the support, wisdom, and guidance you need to navigate through the challenges you face. It is in these connections that you see God's hand at work, moving in your life in ways that are both subtle and powerful, showing you that He is always present, always caring, and always answering your prayers. Finally, one of the most powerful signs that God is answering your silent prayers is the change that begins to take place within you. God will change your heart and your perspective. There are moments in life when you find yourself in a constant state of prayer, not always verbalizing your needs, but quietly surrendering your heart to God. In those silent moments, as you are seeking guidance, healing, or change, God often answers in ways that are deeply personal and transformative. One of the most profound signs that God is answering your silent prayers is when He begins to change your heart, your thoughts, and your desires. At times, you may find yourself asking for direction, for healing from past wounds, or for a deeper understanding of your purpose. You pray, yet no immediate answers come. Instead, as you continue to seek, something remarkable begins to happen within you. You start to think differently. Your desires, once focused on things that seemed essential, begin to shift toward what truly matters in the kingdom of God. You begin to act in ways that align more closely with God's will for your life, even when you didn't specifically ask for this kind of change. This is God's transformative power at work in your life. When you pray silently, especially when you surrender your heart fully to Him, He takes those quiet requests and works behind the scenes to mold you into the person you need to become. Sometimes the answer you've been waiting for isn't an external change, but an internal one. God begins to alter your inner world, reshaping your heart, refining your desires, and renewing your perspective in ways that can only be attributed to His divine intervention. It is said that what is in your heart will ultimately shape your actions. As God works in your heart, your thoughts start to align with His will. You may find that what once seemed important to you no longer holds the same value. Material desires, relationships that drain you, or goals based purely on worldly achievements begin to fade in significance. In their place, you begin to develop a deeper longing for righteousness, compassion, and the fulfillment of God's purpose in your life. As God answers your silent prayers, you start to see the world differently. Where once you saw obstacles and struggles, you now see opportunities for growth and refinement. Where once you felt overwhelmed, now you feel a quiet assurance that God is in control. You begin to view your circumstances not through the lens of fear or frustration, but through the lens of divine purpose. This new perspective allows you to navigate life's challenges with a sense of peace and clarity, trusting that every situation is being used for your good and God's glory. Moreover, God will begin to align your actions with this new perspective. You will notice that your decisions are becoming more intentional, more focused on His kingdom rather than personal gain. The way you treat others, the choices you make, and the way you use your time and resources will shift. You no longer live merely for yourself, but with a sense of purpose that is rooted in your relationship with God and your desire to serve others. This transformation is a powerful confirmation that God is actively answering your silent prayers. As you experience this change in your heart, it is also important to understand that this transformation doesn't always happen all at once. It is a gradual process, a lifelong journey. But the more you align yourself with God's will, the more evident the change becomes. Your desires and your thoughts will continually be refined, and your actions will begin to bear fruit in ways that glorify God. You will find yourself living more in harmony with His plans for you, even when those plans are not yet fully revealed. One of the most beautiful aspects of this change is that it often leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment. The more your heart is aligned with God's purpose, the less you will feel the need for external validation or worldly achievements. The peace that comes with a changed heart is not dependent on circumstances. It is rooted in knowing that you are walking in the path that God has set before you. Your thoughts, once scattered or consumed with worries, are now centered on God's truth, His promises, and His love. Your desires no longer reflect the fleeting pleasures of this world, but a longing to serve, to grow, and to become the person He created you to be. God's answer to your silent prayers often begins within you, transforming your innermost being. When your heart is changed, your actions follow suit. Your thoughts, desires, and perspective align with His divine purpose, and you find yourself living more fully in His grace and truth. This is not a change that you can bring about on your own, but one that only God can accomplish. As He answers your silent prayers, He transforms your heart, and in doing so, He equips you to fulfill the destiny He has for your life. As you reflect on these signs, recognize that God is always at work in ways we may not immediately see. He hears the silent cries of your heart, even when words cannot express the depth of your need. Whether through sudden peace, unexpected opportunities, divine connections, or the profound transformation of your heart and perspective, God's answers are always perfect, always timely, and always for your good. When you trust in His divine plan, even in the quietest moments, you are opening the door for Him to move in your life in ways that exceed your expectations. The silent prayers you offer are never in vain. They are being answered sometimes in ways you don't yet understand, but always with purpose. Continue to walk in faith, knowing that God is listening, He is responding, and His work in your life is unfolding just as He designed it. The next time you feel like your prayers are unheard or unanswered, remember God is always present, even in the silence. Trust that He is answering your prayers in the most profound and unexpected ways, transforming your life for His glory and your ultimate good.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we delve into the realm of discretion, where wisdom teaches us the art of knowing what to share and, more importantly, what to withhold. In a world that often demands transparency, there are certain aspects of our lives that should remain private, protected, and sacred. These are the treasures of our hearts and minds that, if shared recklessly, can lead to regret, pain, or even betrayal. Your dreams and visions are the most precious treasures you possess. They represent the deepest desires of your heart, the goals that drive you, and the purpose that fuels your journey through life. These dreams are not merely fleeting thoughts or idle wishes. They are the essence of who you are and who you are destined to become. However, like all precious things, dreams are fragile, especially in their early stages. They can easily be crushed by negativity, doubt, and the harsh realities of life. This fragility is why it is essential to guard your dreams with unwavering determination and wisdom. When you first conceive a dream, it is often in its most vulnerable state. It exists as a delicate idea, full of potential but not yet fully formed. At this stage, your dream is like a young sapling, just beginning to take root in the fertile soil of your mind. It requires careful nurturing, protection from the elements, and the right environment to grow. This environment includes positive influences, supportive relationships, and a mindset that believes in the possibility of the dream coming to fruition. Without these, the dream can wither and die before it ever has a chance to blossom. Negativity is one of the greatest threats to your dreams. It can come from within in the form of self-doubt and fear, or from external sources such as critical voices and pessimistic opinions. When you share your dreams with others prematurely, you open the door to these negative influences. Not everyone will see the value or potential of your vision. Some may be quick to dismiss it, laugh at it, or even try to convince you that it is impossible. These reactions can sow seeds of doubt in your mind, causing you to question your ability of your dream. Over time, this doubt can erode your confidence, making it difficult to pursue your goals with the passion and commitment they require. It is important to recognize that not everyone is capable of understanding your dreams. People often view the world through the lens of their own experiences, limitations, and fears. If someone has never dared to dream big or has been conditioned to believe in limitations, they may project their own insecurities onto you. They may tell you that your dream is unrealistic, too ambitious, or that you are not capable of achieving it. While they may not intend to harm you, their words can have a profound impact on your psyche, especially if you are still in the process of building belief in yourself and your vision. This is why it is crucial to be selective about who you share your dreams with. In the early stages, it is often best to keep your dreams to yourself, allowing them to grow in the safety of your own mind and heart. As your dream begins to take shape and you start to see signs of its potential, you can gradually share it with those who have proven themselves to be supportive, encouraging, and trustworthy. These are the people who will water your dream with positivity, offer constructive feedback, and stand by you as you work to make it a reality. In addition to guarding your dreams from external negativity, you must also be vigilant against the internal forces that can threaten them. Fear of failure, fear of success, and the fear of the unknown are common obstacles that can cause you to abandon your dreams before you even begin to pursue them. These fears are natural, but they must not be allowed to take root in your mind. Instead, you must cultivate a mindset of resilience, determination, and unwavering faith in your ability to achieve your goals. This mindset is the armor that will protect your dream from the inevitable challenges and setbacks you will encounter along the way. Another important aspect of guarding your dreams is to be patient and allow them to develop at their own pace. In a world that often values instant gratification, it can be tempting to rush the process or to expect immediate results. However, dreams take time to mature. They require careful planning, consistent effort, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. If you try to force your dream to grow too quickly, you may end up compromising its integrity or missing out on important lessons and opportunities that are essential to its success. As your dream grows stronger and begins to take on a life of its own, you will find that it becomes more resilient to negativity and doubt. This is when you can start to share it with a wider audience, seeking out those who can help you bring it to fruition. By this point, your dream will have deep roots, a solid foundation, and a clear direction, making it less susceptible to the challenges that once threatened its survival. The deepest parts of your heart and mind are sacred. They encompass your innermost thoughts, your true intentions, and the plans that define your future. These are the aspects of yourself that are not visible to the outside world, and they form the core of who you are. These inner workings are what make you unique, and they hold the key to your potential and destiny. However, because they are so deeply personal and integral to your identity, they must be protected with the utmost care. Sharing them recklessly can leave you exposed to dangers that you may not foresee: manipulation, betrayal, and the erosion of your sense of self. Secrets are the silent protectors of our inner world. They are the boundaries that we set to safeguard our emotional well-being and mental clarity. When we keep certain thoughts and plans to ourselves, we maintain control over how our lives unfold. This control is crucial, as it allows us to navigate the complexities of life with a sense of purpose and direction. When we reveal too much too soon, we relinquish some of this control, placing ourselves at the mercy of others' interpretations, judgments, and agendas. In a world that often glorifies oversharing and transparency, the notion of keeping secrets can seem countercultural. Yet there is great wisdom in knowing that not everything needs to be shared. Some aspects of our lives are too personal, too delicate to be exposed to the scrutiny of others. These are the thoughts, feelings, and plans that, if revealed prematurely or to the wrong people, can be twisted, misunderstood, or used against us. It is in these moments of vulnerability that we must be especially cautious, recognizing that not everyone who appears trustworthy truly is. Manipulation is a subtle and insidious threat that can arise when we share our secrets too freely. Those who seek to manipulate others often do so by exploiting the information they have been given. When you reveal your deepest thoughts and plans, you provide manipulators with the tools they need to influence your decisions, control your actions, and steer you away from your true path. They may use your vulnerabilities against you, making you question your own instincts and leading you down a path that benefits them rather than you. This can be particularly dangerous when the manipulator is someone you trust, as their actions may not be immediately apparent as harmful. Over time, however, the damage becomes clear as you find yourself increasingly disconnected from your original intentions and goals. Betrayal is another risk that comes with sharing too much. When you confide in someone, you do so with the expectation that your trust will be honored and that your secrets will be kept. Unfortunately, not everyone is capable of upholding this trust. Betrayal often comes from those closest to us, and it can be devastating precisely because it violates the bond of trust that we believed was unbreakable. When someone betrays your confidence, they not only expose your secrets to the world, but also undermine your sense of security and self-worth. This can lead to a deep sense of disillusionment, making it difficult to trust others in the future and to believe in the goodness of people. To protect yourself from these dangers, it is essential to keep your inner thoughts and plans close to your chest. This does not mean isolating yourself from others or refusing to share anything at all. Rather, it means being discerning about what you choose to reveal and to whom. The ability to discern who is worthy of your trust and who is not is a skill that must be developed over time through experience and careful observation. Look for those who have consistently demonstrated loyalty, integrity, and respect for your boundaries. These are the people with whom you can share your deeper thoughts and plans, knowing that they will handle them with the care and confidentiality they deserve. Another important aspect of protecting your secrets is understanding the power of timing. There is a time to speak and a time to remain silent, and wisdom lies in knowing the difference. Sometimes it is necessary to keep your plans to yourself until they are fully formed and ready to be acted upon. This allows you to work through your ideas without external interference, refining them until they are strong enough to withstand scrutiny. By the time you do choose to share your plans, they will be backed by confidence and clarity, making them less vulnerable to sabotage or misinterpretation. It is also crucial to recognize that not all secrets are meant to be kept forever. Some may need to be shared eventually, whether for practical reasons or as part of your personal growth. However, even when the time comes to share, you should do so with caution and intentionality. Choose your words carefully, consider the potential impact of your disclosure, and ensure that you are sharing with someone who has earned your trust. Protecting your secrets is about maintaining the integrity of your inner world. It is about safeguarding the sacred parts of yourself that are not meant to be exposed to just anyone. By keeping your inner thoughts and plans close to your chest, you preserve your autonomy, protect yourself from manipulation and betrayal, and ensure that you remain true to who you are. This practice requires discipline, discernment, and a deep understanding of the value of your own thoughts and feelings. It is an investment in your emotional and mental well-being, one that will pay dividends as you navigate the complexities of life with confidence and wisdom. Everyone has weaknesses. These are the areas in our lives where we feel less capable, less confident, or more susceptible to failure. Vulnerabilities are a natural part of being human, and they can actually be sources of strength when acknowledged and managed with care. However, while recognizing and understanding your vulnerabilities is essential, sharing them requires discernment. Not everyone is equipped to handle your vulnerabilities with the care and respect they deserve. Some may even use them against you, turning your moments of openness into opportunities for manipulation, control, or harm. This is why it is crucial to value your vulnerabilities and choose your confidants wisely. Vulnerabilities are often seen as weaknesses, but they are also windows into your true self. They reveal the areas of your life that are most tender and sensitive, the parts of you that require protection and understanding. When you share your vulnerabilities with someone, you are essentially opening up your inner world to them, inviting them into a space where you are most exposed. This act of sharing is an act of trust, and it can be incredibly empowering when done with the right person. However, if you share these delicate aspects of yourself with the wrong person, the consequences can be devastating. One of the dangers of sharing your vulnerabilities with the wrong people is that they may not see them as something to be respected. Instead, they might view your weaknesses as opportunities to gain power over you. People who are manipulative or controlling often seek out the vulnerabilities of others as a means of exerting influence. They may use your insecurities to sway your decisions, undermine your confidence, or keep you dependent on their approval. This can lead to a situation where you are constantly second-guessing yourself, doubting your own worth, and feeling trapped in a cycle of needing validation from someone who does not have your best interests at heart. Another risk is that your vulnerabilities can be exploited as a means of emotional or psychological harm. Some individuals may use the personal information you share with them to attack you in moments of conflict or to spread rumors that damage your reputation. In these cases, what was intended as a moment of honest sharing can become a weapon used against you, leaving you feeling betrayed and exposed. This kind of betrayal can be particularly painful because it strikes at the core of who you are, making you question not only your trust in others, but also your judgment in choosing whom to trust. To protect yourself from these potential dangers, it is essential to be selective about who you choose to share your vulnerabilities with. This means taking the time to truly know someone before entrusting them with the more delicate aspects of your life. Trust is not something that should be given freely. It must be earned through consistent actions, demonstrated integrity, and a history of mutual respect. Look for people who have shown themselves to be empathetic, reliable, and supportive, those who have been there for you in both good times and bad. These are the individuals who are more likely to handle your vulnerabilities with care, offering support rather than judgment and compassion instead of criticism. In addition to being cautious about who you share with, it is also important to be mindful of when and how you share. Vulnerability should not be revealed in moments of impulse or without careful consideration. Before opening up, ask yourself whether the person you are sharing with has the maturity and emotional intelligence to handle what you are about to disclose. Consider the context of your relationship and whether it has the depth and stability to withstand the weight of such a revelation. By being deliberate in your approach, you can protect yourself from unnecessary harm and ensure that your vulnerabilities are met with the understanding and care they deserve. It is also worth noting that not all vulnerabilities need to be shared. There is power in knowing which aspects of yourself to keep private. Some weaknesses are best managed on your own or with the help of a trusted professional, such as a therapist or counselor, who is trained to offer support without judgment. In these settings, you can explore your vulnerabilities in a safe and controlled environment, gaining insights and strategies for strengthening those areas of your life. By keeping certain vulnerabilities private, you maintain control over your personal narrative and reduce the risk of being hurt by others who may not have your best interests at heart. However, when you do choose to share your vulnerabilities, and when done with the right person, it can be a deeply enriching experience. Sharing allows you to connect on a more profound level, fostering intimacy and trust in your relationships. It can also be a source of healing, as expressing your vulnerabilities can help you process and release the emotions associated with them. In the right hands, your vulnerabilities can be met with aid and understanding, creating a supportive environment where you can grow and thrive. Respecting your relationships is fundamental to maintaining the depth, trust, and integrity of the connections you share with others. Relationships, whether they be friendships, romantic partnerships, or familial bonds, are built on a foundation of mutual understanding, respect, and shared experiences. These connections are deeply personal and often involve moments of vulnerability, intimacy, and trust that are not meant for public consumption. The intricacies of your personal relationships should remain private, shielded from the scrutiny and interference of the outside world. Not every friendship, disagreement, or moment of intimacy needs an audience. By preserving the sanctity of your connections, you protect the bond that holds these relationships together, ensuring they remain strong and resilient. In today's world, where social media and instant communication have made it easier than ever to share the details of our lives with others, the temptation to overshare is strong. People often feel compelled to broadcast their lives, including the highs and lows of their relationships, to a wide audience. However, doing so can weaken the very fabric of those relationships. When you expose the private aspects of your relationships to the public, you invite opinions, judgments, and interference from people who may not have a complete understanding of the situation. This can lead to misunderstandings, unnecessary drama, and the erosion of trust between you and your loved ones. Every relationship has its challenges, disagreements, misunderstandings, and conflicts are natural parts of any close connection. However, these challenges are best addressed within the confines of the relationship itself, not in the public eye. When you share your relationship problems with others, especially through social media or casual conversations, you risk creating a distorted narrative. Outsiders who are not privy to the full context of your relationship may offer advice or opinions that are not helpful or relevant. Moreover, once you have shared these intimate details, they are out of your control, and the impact on your relationship can be difficult to reverse. Respecting the privacy of your relationships also means understanding that not every moment needs to be shared with others. Intimate moments, those that deepen your connection and create lasting bonds, are often the most sacred. These are the moments when you and your loved ones are most vulnerable, most authentic, and most connected. By keeping these moments private, you create a safe space within your relationship where both parties can be themselves without fear of judgment or exposure. This privacy fosters a deeper sense of trust and allows the relationship to flourish in its own unique way. Furthermore, when you respect the privacy of your relationships, you also protect the people involved. Each person in your life deserves to have their privacy respected, and this includes keeping the details of your interactions and experiences with them confidential. Sharing personal information or intimate details without their consent can lead to feelings of betrayal and hurt. It can also damage the trust that is essential for any healthy relationship. By keeping your relationships private, you show respect not only for the relationship itself, but also for the individuals who are part of it. Another important aspect of respecting your relationships is recognizing that not everyone needs to know the details of your personal life. Friends, colleagues do not need to be privy to the inner workings of your relationships. While it is natural to seek advice or support from those you trust, it is important to be selective about who you confide in and how much you share. Not everyone will have your best interests at heart, and some may use the information you share to gossip, judge, or create tension between you and your loved ones. By being discerning about what you share and with whom, you protect your relationships from unnecessary strain and potential harm. In addition to protecting your relationships from external interference, respecting their privacy also allows you to focus on the relationship itself. When you are not concerned with how others perceive your relationship, you can concentrate on nurturing and strengthening the bond you share with your loved ones. This focus on the relationship itself, rather than on how it is perceived by others, leads to a deeper and more meaningful connection. It allows you to address challenges directly and honestly without the distraction of external opinions or the pressure to conform to others' expectations. Respecting your relationships also involves recognizing the value of discretion. There is power in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Not every argument, miscommunication, or moment of frustration needs to be aired out in public. Instead, these issues should be addressed privately, with the goal of finding a resolution that strengthens the relationship rather than exposing it to further stress. Discretion helps maintain the dignity of the relationship and the individuals involved, allowing for growth and healing in a respectful and constructive manner. Your time, energy, and resources are among the most precious assets you possess. These are finite, non-renewable resources that shape the quality of your life and your ability to achieve your goals. How you choose to allocate them determines not only your success, but also your well-being and peace of mind. However, because they are limited, it is crucial to be discerning about how you share them. Not every opportunity or person deserves access to your wealth, whether material, emotional, or spiritual. To live a life of purpose and fulfillment, you must guard these resources carefully, investing them in ways that align with your values and long-term goals. One of the most valuable resources you have is time. Time is irreplaceable. Once it is spent, it cannot be recovered. Therefore, how you use your time is one of the most important decisions you make daily. It is easy to get caught up in the demands of others or in activities that do not contribute to your growth or happiness. The world is full of distractions, and if you are not careful, your time can be consumed by things that have low value. To avoid this, you must be intentional about how you spend your time. This means prioritizing activities that are meaningful, productive, and aligned with your life's purpose. Being discerning with your time also involves setting boundaries. It is essential to recognize that not every request for your time is worthy of your attention. Some people or opportunities may drain your energy without offering anything of value in return. By learning to say no to these distractions, you free up time for the things that truly matter, whether it's pursuing your passions, spending quality time with loved ones, or simply taking care of yourself. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others, they are also about saying yes to yourself and your most important priorities. Energy is another critical resource that requires careful management. Your physical, emotional, and mental energy are what fuel your ability to take action, make decisions, and navigate the challenges of life. However, energy is not infinite. It needs to be replenished regularly through rest, self-care, and activities that nourish your spirit. When you expend energy on things that do not serve you, you risk depleting your reserves, leading to burnout, fatigue, and a diminished capacity to cope with stress. To protect your energy, it is essential to be mindful of where you direct it. Invest your energy in activities and relationships that uplift you, challenge you in positive ways, and help you grow. Conversely, avoid situations or people that consistently drain you or leave you feeling depleted. Your material resources, such as money, possessions, and skills, also require thoughtful stewardship. While it is noble to be generous and to use your resources to help others, it is important to do so in a way that is sustainable and wise. Not every cause or person is deserving of your financial support or expertise. Some may seek to take advantage of your generosity without contributing anything in return, or may misuse what you provide. To avoid this, it is crucial to assess the worthiness of those who request your resources. Are they aligned with your values? Will contribution make a meaningful difference? Is the exchange mutually beneficial? These are the questions you should ask before committing your resources. Moreover, being discerning with your resources does not mean being selfish or withholding. It means being strategic and intentional. It's about ensuring that your resources are used in ways that create the most value for you and for others. When you give from a place of wisdom and intention, your contributions have a greater impact, and you are more likely to feel fulfilled and energized rather than resentful or drained. This approach allows you to be both generous and self-preserving, ensuring that your resources continue to grow and that you have the capacity to help when it truly matters. Emotional resources, such as your empathy, care, and love, are also precious and should be shared wisely. While it is natural to want to support others, especially those you care about, it is important to recognize that not everyone deserves your emotional investment. Some individuals may take advantage of your kindness, relying on you for emotional support without reciprocating or respecting your boundaries. This can lead to one-sided relationships where you are constantly giving without receiving in return. To protect your emotional well-being, it is important to be selective about who you allow into your inner circle. Surround yourself with people who appreciate your support, who contribute positively to your life, and who respect your boundaries. In doing so, you create relationships that are balanced, fulfilling, and mutually supportive. In addition to protecting your resources, being discerning also means being strategic in how you use them. This involves planning, setting goals, and making decisions that align with your long-term vision. Whether it's time, energy, or money, every resource you have is a tool that can be used to build the life you want. By being intentional about how you allocate these resources, you increase the likelihood of achieving your goals and living a life that reflects your values and priorities. Your faith is one of the most personal aspects of your identity. It shapes your worldview, guides your decisions, and provides a foundation for how you live your life. Your spiritual beliefs and practices are deeply intertwined with your sense of self and your understanding of the world. Because they are so integral to who you are, they deserve to be treated with the utmost respect and care. Honoring your faith means recognizing its profound significance and being mindful about how, when, and with whom you share it. Sharing your faith indiscriminately can lead to misunderstandings, misinterpretations, or even mockery, which can diminish the sacredness of your beliefs and practices. Therefore, it is important to be selective about when and with whom you discuss matters of faith. Faith is a deeply personal journey. It is something that evolves over time, shaped by your experiences, reflections, and spiritual encounters. This journey is unique to you, and it may not always be easily understood by others. When you share your beliefs with people who do not share the same perspective, there is a risk that they may not fully appreciate or respect the depth and significance of your faith. This can lead to misunderstandings where your beliefs are misinterpreted or oversimplified, reducing something profoundly meaningful to a mere topic of debate or casual conversation. Moreover, when you share your faith with those who may be dismissive or skeptical, you expose yourself to the possibility of mockery or ridicule. In a world where spiritual beliefs can be a source of contention, it is not uncommon for people to respond to faith with cynicism or disbelief. This can be particularly hurtful when your faith is something you hold dear, something that provides you with strength, purpose, and comfort. Mockery can erode the sense of peace and fulfillment that your faith provides, leaving you feeling vulnerable and disheartened. To avoid these pitfalls, it is essential to be discerning about when and with whom you discuss your faith. Not every situation or person is conducive to a meaningful conversation about spirituality. Before sharing your beliefs, consider whether the context is appropriate and whether the person you are speaking with is open to and respectful of different perspectives. Choose to share your faith in environments where it will be honored, where your beliefs will be met with respect and understanding, and where the conversation can contribute to mutual growth rather than conflict or division. Being selective about sharing your faith also means recognizing that not every aspect of your spiritual journey needs to be shared with others. Some elements of faith are meant to be private, to be cherished in the quiet spaces of your heart. These are the moments of deep personal revelation, the prayers, the reflections, and the spiritual experiences that shape your innermost being. By keeping these aspects of your faith private, you preserve their sacredness, allowing them to continue to nourish and guide you without the risk of being diminished by external opinions or judgments. However, honoring your faith does not mean isolating yourself or avoiding all discussions about spirituality. There is great value in sharing your beliefs with others, particularly with those who share your faith or who are genuinely curious and open to learning. These discussions can be a source of mutual inspiration, support, and growth. When you share your faith with others who understand and respect it, you create a space for meaningful connection and spiritual enrichment. These interactions can strengthen your own faith, deepen your understanding of your beliefs, and help you navigate your spiritual journey with greater clarity and conviction. In addition to being discerning about whom you share your faith with, it is also important to be mindful of how you share it. Discussions about faith should be approached with humility, respect, and an openness to different perspectives. While your beliefs are deeply personal and important to you, it is essential to recognize that others may have different experiences and views. Approaching conversations about faith with a spirit of dialogue rather than debate can help foster understanding and respect, even when differences exist. By sharing your faith in a way that is gentle, respectful, and inclusive, you create opportunities for meaningful exchanges that can benefit both you and others. Furthermore, honoring your faith involves living it out in your daily actions and decisions. Faith is not just about what you believe, it is about how you live. When your actions align with your beliefs, you embody your faith in a way that speaks louder than words. This authentic expression of faith can have a profound impact on those around you, often more so than any discussion or explanation. By living your faith with integrity, you naturally attract those who are genuinely interested in understanding your beliefs, creating opportunities for deeper and more meaningful conversations about spirituality. In conclusion, safeguarding the most personal and precious aspects of your life, your dreams, secrets, vulnerabilities, relationships, resources, as in faith, is essential to living with integrity and purpose. These elements form the core of who you are and deserve careful stewardship. By being discerning about how and with whom you share them, you protect yourself from unnecessary harm, ensure your growth and well-being, and maintain the sanctity of your inner world. In a world that often pressures us to be open and vulnerable, choosing wisely what to share is a powerful act of self-respect and empowerment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Today I want to remind you of a profound truth, a truth that many of us tend to overlook. Your birth date holds a deeper significance than you may realize. It is a reminder, a marker that you are not here by accident, you are chosen. Every birth date is a deliberate act of divine timing. The precise moment you entered this world was not a random occurrence, nor was it left to chance. It was part of a divine plan, a cosmic orchestration that places each individual in the right time and the right season for a purpose that transcends mere human understanding. When you were born, it was a statement from the Creator that your arrival was needed for that exact time in history. The alignment of circumstances, events, and even the people around you were not coincidental. They were divinely arranged so that your life could unfold according to a higher purpose. You see, we often get caught up in thinking that our birth date is a simple marker on a calendar, a day to celebrate once a year. But in truth, it is much more profound than that. It is a stamp of intentionality. The universe did not haphazardly decide when you would arrive. It was determined long before the foundations of the world were laid. Just as the sun rises and sets according to a precise cosmic order, so too does every birth occur within the exact timing set by a divine hand. The timing of your birth was essential to your destiny, and your presence in this world is proof that the Creator saw this moment in history as incomplete without you. Think about it. The timing of your birth was divinely synchronized with the needs of your generation. You could have been born in any century, in any part of the world, but you were born in this time for a reason. The experiences, challenges, and opportunities that define your life are directly connected to the timing of your birth. This is not by accident, but by design. The people you meet, the problems you solve, and the influence you wield are all tied to the fact that you were born exactly when you were supposed to be. There is something this time in history needed, and that something is uniquely you. When we understand that our birth date is part of a divine plan, it changes how we see our existence. We begin to realize that we are not here to merely exist or to pass time. We are here because the universe called for us, and the Creator determined that our presence, our gifts, and our contributions are essential for the fulfillment of a higher purpose. Purpose always precedes existence. Long before you were born, your purpose was already established in the divine mind. Your arrival on this earth was not the beginning of that purpose, but the continuation of a greater plan that existed before time itself. The truth is, no one is born into this world without a reason. Every human being carries within them a unique potential, a gift that only they can bring to fruition. The fact that you are here is proof that the Creator saw a need that could only be filled by your life, your talents, and your existence. This is a powerful realization because it means that life is not a random journey. It is a journey filled with intent and meaning. Many people go through life wondering if they truly matter, if their existence makes a difference. But when we grasp that purpose precedes existence, it eliminates any doubt about the significance of our lives. You were created with a specific role to fulfill. The challenges you face, the desires within you, and even the dreams you hold are all connected to that divine purpose. They are not accidents or arbitrary thoughts. They are clues to the path you were designed to walk. Consider this: before a builder constructs a house, an architect first designs it. The plans are drawn, the foundation is calculated, and the structure is envisioned before a single brick is laid. In the same way, your life was carefully designed before you ever entered this world. Your purpose was not created after your birth, it was created before your birth. Your existence is simply the manifestation of that divine plan coming to life. The purpose for which you were born is not a small or insignificant thing. It is tied to the very fabric of creation. Whether you realize it or not, the world is waiting for the unique impact that only you can make. Every talent you possess, every skill you've developed, and every experience you've endured is connected to the fulfillment of your purpose. You are here because the Creator decided that the world would be incomplete without you. Your life is a solution to a problem, a light in a dark place, and a vital piece of the grand puzzle of humanity. Your generation needs you. You were not born into this time by chance, nor were you placed in this generation without reason. There is a divine intention behind the season of your birth, and it is tied directly to the needs, challenges, and opportunities of this era. Every generation has its struggles, its battles to fight, and its mountains to climb. And every generation is given individuals who are uniquely equipped to address those specific challenges. You are one of those individuals chosen to be a voice, a leader, and a change maker in your time. Think about it. Why were you born in this century and not in another? Why do your talents, dreams, and experiences align so perfectly with the needs of this world right now? This is no coincidence. The problems of your generation were anticipated long before they arose, and the solutions were already planted in the hearts of people like you. This means that you have something to offer that this world is waiting for, something that only you can bring. The generation in which you were born is not an accident, but a calling. You were sent to this time because the Creator knew that you carry answers to the questions your generation is asking. There is a tendency to look at the world around us and feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of the challenges we face. Whether it's social injustice, environmental crises, or economic instability, the issues of our time can seem insurmountable. But understand this: every challenge is a divine opportunity for purpose to emerge. Your generation is facing these issues not as a sign of defeat, but as a stage for your greatness to shine. The very fact that you are alive during these times means you are meant to be part of the solution. The Creator placed you here to meet the needs of this specific moment in history. Your birth was perfectly timed to coincide with the moment when the world most needed what you carry. Your ideas, your creativity, your voice, all of these are crucial for your generation. You are not just a participant in this time, you are a contributor, a leader, and a visionary. Your generation is depending on you to rise up and fulfill your purpose, because the problems of today require the gifts that only you can provide. Understanding the power of your identity is crucial for realizing the magnitude of your potential. Your birth date signifies more than just the day you entered this world. It represents your unique identity and the calling that accompanies it. Many people wander through life unaware of their true identity, often adopting labels and roles that do not reflect their genuine selves. They may define themselves by their jobs, relationships, or even by societal expectations, losing sight of the divine purpose that is uniquely theirs. But when you begin to understand that your birth date is not merely a number, but a divine stamp of identity, everything changes. Each individual is born with distinct gifts, talents, and characteristics that set them apart. Your identity is a composite of these traits, intricately woven together by a Creator who had a specific plan in mind when you were brought into existence. When you embrace the reality that your birth date marks you as a unique individual, you begin to see yourself as part of a larger narrative, a narrative that is essential to the unfolding of history. Your identity is not only personal, it is also collective, connected to the greater story of humanity and the divine purpose that calls us all. Recognizing the power of your identity also means acknowledging the responsibilities that come with it. Each of us has a role to play in this world, and understanding who you are enables you to step into that role with confidence. Your identity empowers you to overcome obstacles and face challenges head-on, knowing that you are equipped with the necessary tools to succeed. You are not just here to exist, you are here to thrive and to contribute to the world in ways that only you can. This understanding liberates you from the confines of mediocrity and propels you toward greatness. Moreover, when you grasp the significance of your identity, you begin to reject the negative narratives that society may impose upon you. You start to see yourself as capable, valuable, and essential to the mission at hand. This shift in perception allows you to step into your purpose with a sense of authority, courage, and clarity. You realize that you have been entrusted with gifts and abilities that are meant to make a difference. As you grow in self-awareness, you become empowered to take action, to pursue your passions, and to fulfill the destiny that your birth date signifies. Your identity is not a hindrance, it is the key that unlocks your potential and allows you to impact the world in profound ways. You are chosen for impact. This truth resonates deeply with the understanding that your life is not merely about your own journey, it is about the mark you leave on the world. Each person is endowed with the potential to make a significant impact in their community, society, and even beyond. The fact that you exist in this time and space is evidence that the Creator has equipped you to fulfill a specific purpose that contributes to the greater good. Your birth date is a reminder that you are not just a passive observer in life, you are an active participant, a change maker designed to address the issues of your generation. To be chosen for impact means that your voice, your actions, and your very presence carry weight. You have the ability to influence others, to inspire change, and to challenge the status quo. Every person you encounter is an opportunity for you to make a difference, whether through a kind word, a bold idea, or a passionate pursuit. The choices you make, the values you uphold, and the dreams you chase have the power to create ripples that extend far beyond your immediate surroundings. Each of us is a catalyst for change, and understanding this empowers us to act with intention and purpose. Many people underestimate their potential to make an impact, often thinking that their contributions are too small or insignificant. But remember, great movements are often sparked by individual acts of courage and conviction. History is filled with examples of ordinary people who made extraordinary contributions simply because they chose to act. Your birth date signifies that you too have been entrusted with the potential to create change in meaningful ways. Whether it's through your career, your relationships, or your community involvement, you have a role to play in shaping the future. Being chosen for impact also means embracing the responsibility that comes with it. It is not enough to simply exist, you must actively seek ways to use your gifts for the benefit of others. This involves stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, and being willing to stand up for what you believe in. The world needs your unique perspective and the contributions that only you can offer. This is not about seeking recognition or accolades, it is about being true to who you are and fulfilling the purpose for which you were born. As you navigate through life, remember that every moment is an opportunity to leave a lasting impact. Whether it's a small act of kindness or a bold initiative that challenges the status quo, your actions can resonate through time. Your birth date is a declaration that you are chosen for such a time as this, equipped to influence the world around you in ways that reflect your unique identity and purpose. Embrace this calling, for you are meant to leave your mark, and the world is waiting for your contributions. Your birth date ties you to a legacy that extends beyond your time on earth. This legacy is not merely a collection of accomplishments or accolades, it is the impact you have on those around you, the values you instill in others, and the wisdom you pass on. Understanding that your life is part of a larger narrative allows you to see yourself as a vital thread in the intricate tapestry of human history. You are not just living for today, you are contributing to a story that will continue long after you are gone. From the moment of your birth, you inherited a legacy that has been passed down through generations. This legacy is shaped by the lives of those who came before you, your ancestors, mentors, and even your peers. Each of these individuals has played a role in forming the values, beliefs, and knowledge that you carry within you. When you recognize this connection, it becomes clear that you are not just an isolated individual, but part of a continuum. You are tasked with honoring the legacy of those who have gone before you, while also contributing your unique perspective to that story. Moreover, the choices you make today will reverberate through time, affecting not only your life, but the lives of countless others. The principles you uphold, the relationships you cultivate, and the seeds of kindness you plant will grow into a legacy that shapes future generations. Every action you take, no matter how small, has the potential to inspire, uplift, and guide those who follow in your footsteps. This understanding instills a sense of responsibility, prompting you to live intentionally and to act with purpose. Your life can serve as a beacon of hope and a source of inspiration for others. Consider the stories of great leaders, innovators, and thinkers throughout history. Their legacies live on, not just because of their accomplishments, but because of the ideals they embodied and the lives they transformed. You have the power to be part of such a narrative. Your birth date serves as a reminder that you have the opportunity to leave a mark on the world that will be felt long after you are gone. This is your legacy crafted through your choices, your values, and your actions. Embracing this truth means understanding that you are a custodian of the future. You have the chance to influence the direction of your family, community, and even the world. Your birth date is not just a personal milestone, it is a connection to a larger purpose that encompasses generations. As you reflect on your life and the impact you wish to have, remember that you are a vital part of a legacy that extends beyond your own existence. It is your duty to honor that legacy while also shaping it for those who will come after you. The question is not whether you will leave a legacy, but what kind of legacy you will leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to stop for a moment. Just stop everything you're doing right now. If you are listening to my voice, I want you to understand this truth that is about to change your life forever. I'm speaking directly to you. Yes, you. If you were born on certain dates, I need you to hear this. You are divinely chosen. The idea that birth dates carry divine significance is one that transcends ordinary thinking and invites us to explore a deeper understanding of life's purpose. It challenges the notion that our arrival in this world is merely by chance, or that we are just the result of a series of random events. Rather, it suggests that our lives are intricately designed, and our very existence is a part of a larger cosmic plan. If you were born on specific dates, your presence on this earth is not by accident. You are a divinely chosen individual, and the time you entered this world holds immense spiritual significance. The universe has a way of aligning events in such a manner that each soul is given the opportunity to fulfill a purpose greater than itself. The birth date you were given is not a mere numerical coincidence, but a part of the divine architecture of your life. The dates that mark your arrival are like spiritual markers, signals of a unique calling that has been placed upon you before the foundation of the world. When we begin to think about the dates of our birth, we often think of them as milestones, anniversaries that come and go with cake and candles, gifts and celebrations. While these moments are important and deserve to be celebrated, it's essential to look beyond the surface and see the deeper meaning that these dates carry. Birth dates are not just markers of time. They are the key to understanding who we are and why we are here. The moment you were born, there was a purpose already in motion. The stars, the planets, and all the forces of nature aligned in such a way that brought you into existence on that specific day. It was not by mistake, nor was it random. The Creator orchestrated the exact timing of your birth, placing you into a world that needed your unique energy, your light, your vision, and your contribution. Think about the impact of being born at a certain moment in history. Perhaps your arrival was at a time when the world needed someone like you, a person who would rise above the challenges of the age and lead others toward hope and transformation. You are not just a product of your environment or circumstances. You are a product of divine planning. Your birth date is a reflection of the spiritual design that exists in the universe, a part of a grand scheme that unfolds throughout time. This is the truth that many fail to grasp. The divine plan is far greater than what we see with our physical eyes. Every individual who was born on a certain date carries with them an unspoken mission. They carry a unique energy, a frequency that resonates with the world in a way that no one else's can. The idea of being divinely chosen is not limited to a specific group of people or a particular faith. It's a universal concept that applies to anyone who has ever lived and will ever live. Regardless of where you come from or what you believe, the fact remains that your birth was intentional. You are brought into existence with a specific purpose, a purpose that no one else can fulfill but you. Your life is a gift, but more than that, it's a call to action. When you were born on that particular date, the universe already had a plan for you. A plan that includes your personal growth, your contribution to society, and your ultimate legacy. Now imagine for a moment the power that comes with this understanding. If you truly believe that your birth was divinely orchestrated, it changes everything. It changes the way you see your life. It changes the way you handle challenges. It changes the way you interact with the world. When you recognize that you were chosen for greatness, you begin to live differently. You start to walk with purpose, knowing that your steps are not random but deliberate. Your thoughts become more intentional, and your actions carry more weight, because you understand that you are part of something much larger than yourself. This truth also helps us make sense of the difficulties and hardships we face. If your birth was part of a divine plan, then every obstacle you encounter is a part of that plan. The struggles you go through are not meant to break you. They are meant to refine you, to shape you into the person you were always meant to be. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth, a chance to become more aligned with your true self. Understanding that your birth date holds divine significance gives you the strength to endure the hardships of life, knowing that they are not in vain. They are the stepping stones that will lead you to your purpose. The difficulties you face are shaping you for the greatness that you are destined to achieve. The idea that we are born on specific dates to fulfill a divine purpose invites us to look beyond the mundane aspects of life and see the bigger picture. Many people go through life feeling disconnected, as though they are wandering aimlessly, unsure of their place in the world. But when you realize that you were born for a specific reason, everything changes. The way you view yourself shifts. You are no longer just a passive participant in life. You become an active player, engaged in a spiritual journey that is much bigger than you. Your life has meaning, and your choices have consequences. This realization also brings about a sense of responsibility. Being divinely chosen is not something to take lightly. It is a call to action, a responsibility to live in alignment with the purpose that has been placed on your life. You are not here to simply take up space or go through the motions. You are here to make a difference, to fulfill a unique calling that no one else can. The world needs you, your community needs you, your family needs you, and most importantly, your soul needs you to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Every individual has a role to play in the grand scheme of things, and your role is as important as anyone else's. The dates of your birth are not just numbers, they are divine coordinates, setting you on a path that will lead you to the fulfillment of your purpose. When you understand this, you begin to see the world differently. You start to look at others with a sense of respect and reverence, knowing that everyone carries a unique calling and purpose. You no longer see people as mere bystanders in life. You see them as fellow travelers on a journey, each one contributing something essential to the unfolding of the divine plan. As you come to terms with the fact that your birth was divinely timed, you begin to embrace your true identity. You no longer define yourself by your past mistakes or the opinions of others. You recognize that your worth is not determined by external factors, but by the divine calling that resides within you. You are a reflection of something greater than yourself, and that gives you the confidence to step into your purpose with boldness and clarity. The date of your birth is a reminder that you are not alone in this journey. You are part of a divine movement, and you have a unique role to play in its unfolding. The truth that we were born on specific dates to fulfill a divine purpose is a powerful revelation. It shifts the way we view ourselves and the world around us. It gives us the confidence to rise above our challenges and step into the greatness that awaits us. It reminds us that we are not here by accident, but by design, and that our lives carry meaning far beyond what we can see. When we embrace this truth, we begin to live with intention, purpose, and passion. We understand that our existence is part of a larger divine plan, and that we have been chosen to make a difference in this world. The concept of spiritual awakening is something that resonates deeply with many people at various points in their lives. It is the realization that we are not merely existing on this earth, but that we are part of a much larger divine plan that has intricately woven our lives together with purpose and meaning. It's the moment when the fog of confusion and doubt begins to lift, and we start to see things from a higher perspective, understanding that we are more than just physical beings. We are spiritual entities with a divine calling. Spiritual awakening is a transformative experience, and it often begins with an internal stirring, a quiet whisper from within that tells us that there is more to life than what we have been taught or what we see on the surface. This awakening is not a one-time event, but a process, a journey of growth and understanding that unfolds over time. When the call to spiritual awakening first begins, it can feel unsettling. It challenges everything we have been taught, everything we have believed up to that point. It's as if the very ground beneath us starts to shift, and we are forced to question who we really are, what we are really doing here, and what our purpose is in this world. It is during this phase that many people experience a period of introspection, where they search for meaning in their lives and begin to peel back the layers of conditioning and societal expectations that have shaped their identity. The world around them may appear blurry and the path ahead may seem uncertain, but it is precisely during this time of uncertainty that the seeds of spiritual awakening are planted. Spiritual awakening is not about acquiring new knowledge or simply learning about spiritual concepts. It is about remembering who you truly are beneath all the layers of distraction, fear, and self-doubt. It's about reconnecting with the divine essence within you that has always been there, waiting to be awakened. This awakening process is about tuning into the frequency of the universe, aligning yourself with the natural flow of life and understanding that everything that happens in your life is part of a greater divine plan. The moment you begin to awaken spiritually, you start to see things from a higher perspective, as if you've removed a veil that has been clouding your vision for so long. You start to feel more connected to the world around you, to the people you encounter, and to the natural rhythms of life itself. As this awakening deepens, you begin to recognize that you are not an isolated individual living in a world of separation. Rather, you are part of a vast, interconnected web of life. This realization brings with it a profound sense of peace and purpose. You begin to understand that your thoughts, words, and actions have an impact not only on your own life, but on the lives of others as well. You are not merely a passenger in this journey, you are an active participant in the unfolding of the divine plan. The recognition of this truth comes with an intense sense of responsibility. Once you awaken to your true spiritual nature, you realize that you have a unique role to play in the grand scheme of things. The gifts, talents, and abilities that you have been blessed with are not just for your own benefit. They are meant to be shared with the world. This is where your purpose begins to crystallize. You start to see how your life experiences, both the highs and the lows, have all been preparing you for this moment of awakening. This understanding also brings about a shift in the way you view challenges and adversity. Before your spiritual awakening, you may have viewed difficulties as obstacles to your happiness or success. You may have wondered why life was so hard and questioned the fairness of it all. But as you awaken spiritually, you begin to see that these challenges are not random or meaningless. They are essential parts of your growth. They are the lessons that the universe is using to help you evolve into the person you are meant to become. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, an invitation to go deeper into your own understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. The trials you face are not punishments, but rather catalysts for transformation. You begin to embrace life's difficulties with a sense of gratitude, knowing that they are shaping you. strengthening you, and preparing you for the greatness that awaits. Another key aspect of spiritual awakening is the recognition that you are not alone in this journey. As you awaken to your true nature, you begin to feel a deep sense of connection to others and to the world around you. You begin to see that everyone is on their own journey of awakening, and that we are all interconnected in ways that go beyond the physical. There is a profound sense of unity that comes with this realization. You begin to understand that every person you encounter is also a part of the divine plan, playing their own unique role in the unfolding of life's great story. This awareness fosters a sense of compassion and empathy for others. You no longer see people as separate from yourself, but as fellow travelers on the same path. This shift in perspective helps you to release judgment and to embrace others for who they truly are, knowing that they are also on a journey of growth and transformation. The awakening process also invites you to look inward, to connect with the stillness and silence that exists within. It is in this inner silence that you can hear the voice of your higher self, the voice of the divine, guiding you toward your true purpose. This inner connection is vital, as it helps you to align with the truth of who you are. In the stillness of meditation, prayer, or quiet reflection, you come to realize that you already possess all the wisdom and guidance you need within yourself. The answers to life's questions are not external. They are already inside of you, waiting to be discovered. Spiritual awakening is about remembering this truth and trusting in your own inner wisdom. It is a process of returning to the source, to the divine spark that exists within you, and that connects you to everything around you. As you continue on the path of spiritual awakening, you begin to see that everything in your life is a reflection of your inner state. Your relationships, your career, your health, and your overall experience of life are all mirrors of your internal world. The more you awaken to your true nature, the more your outer world begins to reflect that inner transformation. You begin to attract the people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your highest good. Your life begins to flow more smoothly, and you start to experience a sense of ease and grace in everything you do. This doesn't mean that challenges disappear. Rather, it means that you are no longer bogged down by the weight of fear, doubt, and resistance. You have learned to surrender to the flow of life, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Spiritual awakening is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey. It is a continuous process of growth, expansion, and alignment with your true self. As you deepen your understanding of who you are, you begin to live with greater intention and purpose. You start to take responsibility for your thoughts, your actions, and your energy, knowing that they have the power to shape your reality. You become more attuned to the divine guidance that is available to you at all times, and you begin to live in a state of flow and alignment with the universe. The more you awaken spiritually, the more you realize that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your divine purpose. And as you walk this path, you inspire others to awaken to their own spiritual truth, creating a ripple effect of transformation that spreads throughout the world. There is something profoundly transformative about understanding that we are unique individuals with the potential to make a lasting impact on the world around us. The realization that each of us carries within us a divine energy and a unique calling is both humbling and empowering. Many of us go through life simply trying to survive, to get by, to fulfill the expectations placed upon us. But when we awaken to the truth of who we are and the purpose embedded in our very being, we begin to see that we are not just ordinary people walking through an ordinary world. We are extraordinary. And this realization, this deep knowing that we are not just here to exist, but to make an impact, ignites a spark within us that propels us to action. The gifts, talents, and abilities we carry are not merely for our own benefit, but are meant to be shared with others, to elevate and uplift those around us. We were born not just to take up space, but to leave a lasting legacy, to touch lives, to change the world. The idea of being chosen for greatness is not just about individual success or fame. It's about contributing to the greater good. When we begin to understand that we are divinely chosen, it shifts the focus from the self-centered pursuit of personal gain to the outward expression of our purpose. It becomes about something much larger than ourselves. The world is in desperate need of people who are willing to step into their power and shine their light. It is through this collective awakening that we can truly begin to make a difference. We are not here to simply look after our own interests. We are here to help others, to build each other up, to create a better world for everyone. As we come to realize that we are divinely chosen, we begin to understand that the challenges and difficulties we face are not meant to hold us back, but to push us forward. Life, with all its trials and tribulations, is not an obstacle course designed to punish us, but a journey of growth and refinement. The difficulties we encounter are the very things that shape us into the individuals we are meant to become. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned, to think that life is unfair or that we are being singled out for hardship. But when we recognize that we are chosen, we begin to see challenges in a new light. We understand that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, every setback a lesson in resilience. We begin to embrace our struggles with a sense of gratitude, knowing that they are part of the process of becoming the person we are meant to be. This perspective allows us to view life not as a series of random events or setbacks, but as a purposeful journey. The difficulties we face are not signs that we are on the wrong path. Rather, they are confirmations that we are on the right one. We are being refined, shaped, and strengthened in ways that will ultimately prepare us for the greatness we are destined for. It is through adversity that we build character, resilience, and strength. The divine plan for our lives does not promise an easy road, but it does promise that we will be equipped to handle whatever comes our way. When we understand that our challenges are part of our divine calling, we begin to embrace them rather than resist them. We recognize that everything we go through, good or bad, is shaping us into the person we are meant to be. As we continue to grow in this awareness, we start to notice the impact our unique energy has on the world around us. The way we interact with others, the way we carry ourselves, and the way we express our talents and abilities have the power to influence the lives of those we encounter. The more we step into our divine purpose, the more we begin to inspire others to do the same. When we live authentically, when we share our gifts with the world, we create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond our immediate circle. The energy we put out into the world is contagious. It inspires others to awaken to their own greatness, to recognize their own divine calling, and to step into their purpose. As we rise, we help others rise with us. This is the true power of living with purpose. Not only does it elevate our own lives, but it elevates the lives of everyone we touch. When we are living in alignment with our divine purpose, we are naturally drawn to those who share similar energy and aspirations. We begin to form deeper connections with like-minded individuals who are also on their own journeys of growth and self-discovery. These connections are not just superficial or fleeting. They are deeply rooted in a shared sense of purpose and vision. Together, we become a community of individuals who are committed to making a difference, to changing the world for the better. We begin to recognize that we are not in competition with each other, but that we are all working toward the same goal, the fulfillment of our divine purpose. When we step into our greatness, we create space for others to do the same. But the understanding that we are divinely chosen brings with it a sense of responsibility. We are not here by accident. We are here with a purpose. And this purpose is not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of the world. The gifts we have are not ours to keep. They are meant to be shared. As we begin to recognize the power within us, we realize that we have a responsibility to use that power wisely. We are stewards of our gifts, and we must use them to make a positive impact on the world around us. This sense of responsibility drives us to take action. It motivates us to step out of our comfort zones, to take risks, and to pursue our passions with unwavering commitment. It reminds us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, and that the choices we make today have a ripple effect that can impact generations to come. One of the most beautiful aspects of understanding that we are divinely chosen is the freedom it brings. When we realize that we are living in alignment with a greater plan, we are no longer burdened by fear or doubt. We understand that we are not here by mistake, and that everything we experience, good or bad, is part of our divine journey. We no longer feel the need to prove ourselves to others, to chase after external validation, or to conform to societal expectation. We are free to be ourselves, to express our truth, and to pursue our purpose without fear of judgment or failure. This freedom allows us to live authentically, to embrace our uniqueness, and to step into our power. Living with purpose and understanding that we are divinely chosen changes everything about the way we approach life. It transforms our relationships, our careers, our health, and our overall sense of fulfillment. We begin to see ourselves not as victims of circumstance, but as powerful creators of our own destiny. We understand that we are here for a reason, and that our lives have meaning far beyond what we can see. Our choices, our actions, and our intentions all align with the divine plan, and as we step into this truth, we begin to live more fully, more authentically, and with greater joy and peace. The world around us begins to shift as well. We start to attract the people, opportunities, and experiences that align with our true purpose, and we create a life that is rich with meaning and fulfillment. Being divinely chosen is not just about personal greatness. It is about stepping into a higher level of consciousness and awareness, and recognizing that we are all connected, all part of a greater divine plan. It is about embracing the responsibility to live our lives with purpose and to share our gifts with the world. It is about understanding that our struggles are not in vain, but are part of the process of becoming who we are meant to be. And as we rise, we help others rise with us, creating a world that is filled with love, purpose, and unity. We are not here just to exist. We are here to make a difference, to live with intention, and to leave a legacy that will inspire generations to come. At the core of the human experience lies the innate desire to understand who we truly are and why we exist. It's a question that drives many of us throughout our lives. What is my purpose? Why am I here? As we search for the answers, we often encounter moments of clarity that pull back the veil of uncertainty, revealing deeper truths about our existence and the universe at large. These moments, these realizations, are often the beginning of what many call a spiritual awakening. It is in these moments that we begin to understand that our lives are not mere accidents, nor are we powerless to shape our destiny. Instead, we start to see that we are each part of a grander design, a divine plan, in which every aspect of our being has a purpose. The concept of being divinely chosen becomes central to this understanding. It is the realization that we are not here by mistake. We are here with intention, with a specific mission to fulfill. The awareness of being divinely chosen has the power to radically transform the way we view ourselves, others, and the world around us. It shifts our perception from one of limitation to one of infinite potential. We begin to understand that we are more than just the sum of our circumstances, more than just the roles society has assigned to us. We are spiritual beings, each carrying within us a divine spark that connects us to something much greater than ourselves. This realization is not just a moment of enlightenment, but the beginning of an ongoing journey of discovery. It is a process of peeling away the layers of conditioning, doubt, and fear that have shaped our identities, revealing the true essence of who we are. When we begin to grasp the truth that we are divinely chosen, we also begin to understand that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a vast interconnected web of existence. Our actions, thoughts, and intentions ripple out into the world, influencing those around us in ways we may never fully comprehend. This awareness brings with it a sense of responsibility, a recognition that our lives have far-reaching implications beyond our immediate surroundings. It is no longer enough to simply exist and go through the motions of life. We are now aware that the choices we make, the energy we put out into the world, have the power to create change, both in our own lives and in the lives of others. This understanding gives us a sense of urgency and purpose. We are not here just to pass the time. We are here to make an impact, to contribute to the greater good, and to help elevate the collective consciousness of humanity. One of the most powerful aspects of this awakening is the realization that we have within us the ability to create the life we desire. Once we understand that we are divinely chosen, we begin to see that we are co-creators of our reality. We are not passive observers merely reacting to the world around us. Instead, we have the power to shape our circumstances, to manifest our dreams, and to live in alignment with our highest purpose. This shift in mindset is profound. It moves us from a place of victimhood, where we feel at the mercy of external forces, to a place of empowerment, where we recognize that we have the ability to take control of our destiny. This realization also brings with it a deep sense of freedom. When we understand that we are divinely chosen and that we have the power to shape our reality, we no longer feel trapped by circumstances or limitations. We are free to pursue our passions, follow our hearts, and take bold steps toward the life we envision. This awareness also brings with it a deeper sense of humility. The more we awaken to our divine purpose, the more we begin to understand that our lives are not solely about us. We are part of a larger interconnected whole, and our actions have a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. This realization calls us to live with greater integrity, compassion, and authenticity. We are no longer focused on personal gain or success alone, but on contributing to the well-being of others. The gifts and talents we possess are not just for our benefit. They are meant to be shared with the world. As we embrace our divine calling, we become more aware of the needs of those around us and are motivated to use our gifts to serve others. This shift in focus from self-centeredness to selflessness deepens our sense of fulfillment and brings a greater sense of meaning to our lives. One of the most challenging aspects of awakening to the fact that we are divinely chosen is confronting the fear and doubt that often accompany this realization. The journey toward understanding our divine purpose is not always easy. In fact, it can be filled with moments of confusion, uncertainty, and resistance. Many of us are conditioned to believe that we are unworthy of greatness or that we are not capable of achieving our true potential. We may feel inadequate or afraid to step into our power, believing that we are not deserving of success or happiness. These fears are often rooted in past experiences, societal conditioning, and limiting beliefs that we have internalized over time. Overcoming these fears is a crucial part of the spiritual awakening process. As we begin to understand that we are divinely chosen, we must also learn to silence the voice of doubt and fear that holds us back. This requires deep self-reflection, courage, and a willingness to trust in our own abilities and in the divine plan that is unfolding in our lives. In order to overcome these fears, we must first recognize them for what they are: illusions. Fear is not a reflection of our true potential. It is a byproduct of the ego, a false sense of self that tries to keep us small and limited. When we step into our divine power, we begin to see fear for what it truly is: a temporary obstacle that can be overcome with faith, perseverance, and a deep belief in ourselves. It is through this process of overcoming fear that we grow stronger, more resilient, and more confident in our abilities. We begin to understand that fear is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced and transcended. It is a natural part of the journey, a sign that we are stepping into new territory and growing into the person we are meant to be. As we continue on this journey of awakening, we also begin to recognize the importance of alignment. Alignment is the key to unlocking our true potential. It is about living in harmony with our divine purpose, making choices that are in alignment with our highest good, and trusting that the universe will guide us every step of the way. When we are aligned with our purpose, everything falls into place. Opportunities flow effortlessly, relationships deepen, and we experience a sense of peace and fulfillment that transcends external circumstances. Alignment is not about forcing things to happen or trying to control the outcome. It is about surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that we are exactly where we are meant to be. As we align ourselves with our divine purpose, we begin to see the world through a different lens. We realize that everything is interconnected, that every experience, person, and situation has a purpose in our lives. We begin to trust in the divine timing of our journey and understand that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Living in alignment with our divine purpose also means letting go of the need for validation from others. When we awaken to the truth of who we are and the power we hold within, we no longer seek external approval or validation. We understand that our worth is not determined by the opinions of others or by our achievements. Our worth is inherent in our being. It is a reflection of the divine spark that resides within us. When we live in alignment with this truth, we are free from the need to prove ourselves to anyone. We are free to be our authentic selves, to pursue our passions, and to live a life that is true to who we really are. This alignment also calls us to be present in each moment, to fully embrace the journey of life as it unfolds. The spiritual awakening process is not something that happens once and then is complete. It is an ongoing journey that requires our active participation. Each step we take, each decision we make, brings us closer to our true selves and our divine purpose. As we continue to awaken to our true nature, we begin to experience life in a deeper, more meaningful way. We begin to see the beauty in the everyday moments, the lessons in the challenges, and the divine presence in all things. This deepened awareness of the sacredness of life fills us with a sense of gratitude and reverence for every experience we encounter. It is in this state of alignment that we find peace, joy, and fulfillment. The truest expression of living in harmony with our divine purpose. In our journey through life, there are certain moments, certain awakenings that serve as turning points, pushing us to see the world and ourselves in new ways. The realization that we are divinely chosen is one such awakening. This profound understanding can shatter the limited beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world, allowing us to tap into a power greater than we ever imagined. The awareness of being divinely chosen speaks to a deeper truth, that we are not simply a collection of random events or accidents. Instead, our lives are woven into a tapestry of purpose and intention, guided by a higher power, a divine force that knows us intimately and has chosen us for something extraordinary. This recognition goes beyond surface-level accomplishments or accolades. It taps into the essence of who we are, our unique gifts, and our role in the grand design of the universe. The understanding that we are divinely chosen is not just a philosophical concept or an abstract idea. It is a lived experience that transforms the way we approach life. When we begin to understand that our existence is purposeful, that every challenge, every success, and every setback is part of a greater plan, we start to view life differently. We stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance and start seeing ourselves as active participants in a divine narrative. This perspective shift is powerful. It removes the notion that we are merely reacting to life and places us firmly in the driver's seat of our own destiny. We are no longer passive observers of our lives, but active creators, co-designing our experiences with the divine. This understanding of being divinely chosen also invites us to embrace our individuality with pride and confidence. In a world that often pressures us to conform to certain standards or expectations, recognizing that we are chosen by a higher power to fulfill a unique purpose gives us the strength to stand tall in our authenticity. It frees us from the burden of seeking external validation, knowing that our worth is not contingent upon the approval of others. When we are in touch with the truth of who we are, we stop apologizing for our uniqueness. We begin to understand that our differences are not flaws but gifts that contribute to the richness of the human experience. These gifts, our talents, our abilities, our perspectives, are all part of the divine plan, and when we embrace them fully, we are honoring the higher calling placed upon our lives. Another profound aspect of this divine awakening is the shift in how we approach the obstacles and challenges that inevitably come our way. Life is filled with moments of struggle, hardship, and suffering. It is easy to become disheartened or to feel as if we are being punished or singled out when we face adversity. However, when we understand that we are divinely chosen, we begin to see challenges in a new light. We recognize that adversity is not a punishment, rather it is a part of the process that refines us, molds us, and prepares us for the greatness that lies ahead. This shift in perspective allows us to approach difficulty with a sense of gratitude, even in the midst of pain. We understand that our struggles are not random occurrences, but are opportunities for growth, for spiritual development, and for a deeper connection to our purpose. The challenges we face, while difficult, are not roadblocks that prevent us from reaching our goals. Instead, they are stepping stones that propel us toward the fulfillment of our destiny. It is through overcoming adversity that we develop the strength, resilience, and wisdom needed to fulfill the divine purpose we have been chosen for. Each challenge we face is a test of our faith, our perseverance, and our ability to stay aligned with our purpose even when the road is tough. The divine plan for our lives is not always smooth or easy, but it is always purposeful. We are being shaped, molded, and prepared to fulfill our higher calling, and the obstacles we face are simply part of that process. As we embrace the truth of being divinely chosen, we also begin to understand the importance of living in alignment with our purpose. There is a profound difference between living a life based on external expectations and living a life that is aligned with our true calling. When we live according to the demands of society or the pressures of others, we are disconnected from our true selves, from the divine plan that is unfolding in our lives. However, when we choose to live in alignment with our purpose, we begin to experience a sense of flow and harmony. Life no longer feels like a struggle or a series of random events. It feels like a coherent, unfolding journey. This alignment is not about following a set path or adhering to a rigid set of rules. It is about being in tune with our inner guidance, with the divine spark that resides within us. When we are aligned with our purpose, we naturally attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences into our lives. We become magnets for the very things that will help us fulfill our divine calling. Living in alignment with our purpose also means embracing the present moment. So often we are consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past, and in doing so, we miss the beauty and significance of the present moment. When we understand that we are divinely chosen, we realize that every moment is precious and that every experience is an opportunity to grow, learn, and align more deeply with our purpose. Each step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to the fulfillment of our destiny. By staying present and focused, we begin to experience life as a series of interconnected events that are leading us toward our highest good. We stop looking for external validation or searching for meaning in things outside of ourselves, and instead we turn inward, trusting that the divine plan is unfolding perfectly. Embracing our divine purpose, we also begin to see the world around us through new eyes. We understand that every person we encounter is part of the divine tapestry, that every experience, no matter how seemingly insignificant, carries a deeper meaning. This understanding allows us to live with greater compassion, empathy, and understanding. We recognize that everyone is on their own unique journey and that each person is divinely chosen for their own purpose, just as we are. This realization removes judgment and division from our hearts, replacing it with a deep sense of unity and connection. We understand that we are all part of something much greater than ourselves. And as we align with our purpose, we are contributing to the greater good of humanity. The awareness of being divinely chosen also fosters a sense of community. As we begin to awaken to our own divine purpose, we naturally begin to connect with others who are on the same journey. There is a deep resonance, an unspoken understanding between those who are in touch with their higher calling. These connections are not based on superficial qualities or fleeting interests, but on a shared sense of purpose and mission. Together we form a collective energy that is greater than the sum of its parts. When we come together with others who are aligned with their purpose, we create a powerful force for positive change in the world. It is through this collective awakening that we can truly make a lasting impact, not only on our own lives, but on the world at large. In this divine awakening, we begin to understand that we are not meant to walk this path alone. We are part of a larger, interconnected network of individuals, each playing a unique role in the unfolding of the divine plan. The support and encouragement we receive from others who are walking similar paths help to strengthen and amplify our own journey. And just as we are supported, we are also called to support others. When we recognize that we are divinely chosen, we realize that our purpose is not just about our own growth and success. It is also about lifting others up, helping them to see their own divinity and supporting them on their own journey. As we rise into our purpose, we naturally lift those around us, creating a wave of positive energy and transformation that spreads far beyond our immediate reach. Living in alignment with our divine purpose is not just about personal growth or success. It is about contributing to the greater good, to the collective awakening of humanity. Each of us plays a vital role in the unfolding of the divine plan. And when we embrace our purpose, we become active participants in a much larger, transformative process. It is through this understanding of our divinity that we can truly make a difference, not just in our own lives, but in the lives of everyone we encounter. The truth of being divinely chosen invites us to step into our power, to live with intention and purpose, and to contribute to the world in ways that will leave a lasting impact for generations to come. We are not here by accident. We are here with a divine purpose, and it is through the awakening to this truth that we can begin to create the life we were always meant to live. In the grand tapestry of life, you are not just a thread. You are a masterpiece, divinely chosen, placed here with a purpose beyond your wildest dreams. As you step into the power of your true identity, remember that you are part of something far greater than yourself. Your journey is not random. It is divinely orchestrated, filled with infinite potential. The challenges you face, the dreams you chase, and the gifts you carry, each one is a reflection of your unique purpose. So, I urge you to embrace this truth. You were born for greatness, chosen for a mission, and your time is now. No more playing small, no more doubting your worth. The world is waiting for you to rise, to step fully into the power and purpose that has always been within you. Your divine awakening is happening right now. Are you ready to answer the call? Embrace it, trust it, and know that you are not here by accident. You are here because the universe has chosen you. Now go out and live the extraordinary life you were always destined for.